Hello, my star seeds. Well, Aquarius, this is for Aquarius. Um, Welcome to the Past Life series. Now, I hope that you're here because uh, you have already viewed the Past Life intro video regarding this reading. Okay? Now, I don't want anyone having the wrong perception about the readings. So therefore, please watch that video first before you watch this one. And if you haven't viewed it, please do. Now, you need to have a question regarding your current life, and it has to be said out loud before I turn your oracles over. Okay, Aquarius? This goes for all the signs. Excuse me. It's early in the morning, so I'm always coughing or sneezing and blowing my nose in the morning. So bear with me, okay, Aquarius? Here we go. So this is your beautiful card here. I shuffle everything with gloves because I don't want to transfer any energy. So Aquarius, you're first online. So let's turn over your oracles and see what's happening. Or rather, see the lifetimes and the messages they have for you. Remember, you have to connect the dots, okay? So here we go. The first one is leaving or travel. The second one is Celtic. And your third one is love life. Wow. Wow. Now remember, they can fall in any category. I mean, if you yourself mentally feel that you want to do a past, present, and future, that's up to you. But this doesn't fall that way. Because these could fall in any year or era. So keep that in mind. These are just key words to remind you of what's happening in your current life. Okay? So let's go to leaving or travel. Now, the reason that you drew this card, or this particular oral card, Aquarius, is because of an old pattern spanning several lifetimes that involves travel and leaving. Okay? So you may notice that in this lifetime, that you are, during this lifetime, that you are a vagabond of sorts. And you want to, like, continually move. Move here, there, move there, you know, from one place to another. Try new things here and there. You might want to, like, travel often, okay? Or in the current life right now, you might want to, let's say, seek out careers that require traveling from one place to another. You might also tend to move to new homes frequently, or change things drastically, even in the home. If you design your home or you create things, you change often in that area, or moving from place to place, or feeling like you're a gypsy. Okay? Now, mind you now that you developed this leaving and movement out of necessity during the lives as a nomad. It was a necessity. So therefore, it led from one life to another. Okay, from one lifetime to another. Now, your relationships may have also involved you leaving your partner, or being left by a partner who traveled. Okay? So this is what this here oracle is telling you regarding travel. Now this kind of movement is impacting the situation that you're inquiring about today, as well as the others. Okay? So they will follow one, not one behind the other, but they go from one lifetime to another. Now this is the Celtic. And with this, some of you are very, because of the four, the walls here, some of you are extremely stable. You see that? Some of you are extremely stable. In other words, because of your moving from place to place and having to go out of necessity from place to place, you've learned in your path how to be stable. So therefore, or how you found that a way to find stability, in other words. You found it. And so many of you are very stable. You're in, you have your home, and you want it that way. You want to keep it that way. It's the structure is there, the foundation is there. So many of you are stable. These are lessons that you learned and that have been sparked, and you learned from it, which is, it's beautiful. A lot of you, I'm not saying everybody, I'm just saying, you know, whatever resonates. Remember, you have to connect the dots, okay? You have to connect the dots. All right? So, as I was saying, the Celtic. Now, you drew this oracle because in your past lifetime, it was a significant past in the Celtic Islands. And you continue to feel sort of bonded to this culture. Maybe you have lived in or visited the Isles of Ireland and Scotland, or maybe Wales or England. If so, you may have a sense of deja vu and be an Anglophile, what they call an Anglophile. That's a person who adores these cultures. You're also fascinated with the Stonehenge, and the King Arthur's Camelot. That's what this oracle is indicating. Okay, you may have learned the like the old, because you see the cross here. You may have learned at that time, the old religion of the Celtic lands, which involved the use of maybe healing with herbs, and gaining wisdom from oak trees, because oak trees were, I'm not going to call worship, they were adored. Okay, they were adored. I might say they were worship in some circumstances, because ceremonies were done around the oak trees. Okay, so because of this, now this is really cute. Now you could even be an ancient druid in disguise. Okay, but who knows, right? So your connection to the elemental realm has made you love, like some of you love seeing like little things of fantasy, like fairies and elves and all the fae. So you also respect and love trees, especially oaks and willows, because it has led from one lifetime to another. Now, if you haven't already done so, if you haven't done it yet, and you have the resources at this time, which many of you do. You see there's a top angle here. A lot of you have resources. My gosh, yes, because you've been stabilizing. But if you haven't yet, then just visit, the ancient sacred areas of United Kingdom and Ireland. You might feel a super bond. And exploring their stone circles, their castles, and spiritual artifacts, it might trigger additional healing memories, because that's what this is all about, your healing memories. So it might trigger that. It would be great to see, So surround your surrounding elements, embrace them, embrace them. At this time, in this life, embrace them. Because they're part of it. And if you feel like you have been embracing it, it's because it has come from here, from a past life. And your third, well, this is lovely. Sometimes, though, the roses mean more than just love, okay? Because people always like to bend it around, but this is pertaining to love life in a past life. Which means that, or the indication for this, is that your love life is affected by one or more previous lifetimes, which could be any of these two lifetimes, okay? Most likely you had maybe perhaps a painful experience back then that has caused you to be a little bit overly cautious. But it's in such cases, like working on yourself can help you reopen your beautiful, loving heart, okay? In that way, you can love and be loved again. For some of you, it's because there's a heart here and the rose, many of you have a stable relationship, a loving, stable relationship. Currently, I'm talking in your current life. But this lifetime here indicates some heartbreak in the past. Okay? So, this is working time. If you realize that, and if that's what you're having, or if it's affecting your life at this time, this is where it's coming from. Also, this oracle comes to you as a validation that the man or woman you're romantically interested in was also a prominent person in your past life. So this might not necessarily have been a romantic partner at that time, but your inclination to connect romantically in this life is definitely part of a greater plan. So that plan may be the coming of some of you expecting to get married, some of you expecting child, okay? Or some of you just getting engaged and starting a life. Others are living right now, because you've learned from your past lifetime, a stable relationship. This is beautiful. This is just beautiful. Now, I took out my romantic Lenormand system, and I'm going to do a quick 3-card. I normally do not do a 3-card with Lenormand because Lenormand is like super cool. It is a dynamite system. I love it. I will introduce this system to all of you later with a 9-card read. If you would like that, please go ahead and put it down in the comments. Okay, let me just clear the cards. But this is for the now, current now. So let's just see real quick. Let me do it this way. I keep forgetting that I don't have the little cards or the big cards. You know, your hand changes every time you use a large card or small card, going back and forth. The feel is so different. It is so different. This is for Aquarius. My benevolent angels, this is for Aquarius. What is in their current life? A short view of their current life. Wow. Wow. Let's see what's clouding you up, guys. Aquarius, what is clouding you up, baby? What are you confused about? It's more on the clarity side, which means that it depends what falls on the right side. Oh, some of you have been confused. Okay. or you felt like things were foggy, not clear. Maybe you were uncertain about particular situations that you had to make a decision on. Because that's what this card indicates. But the cloudy side is on the opposite side, so that means that you've gone from having total confusion and not having any clarity into having clarity. But let's see what it is that you need clarity, or you have been trying to get clarity with or for, or come on, give me one. Some of you have been sick. Some of you want to have a sexual relationship with somebody else. What's up, guys? But there's clarity in it. There's clarity. If somebody was fooled around on somebody else, there's clarity now. You are seeing things a little more clear. You are getting things together. You are realizing, like, what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want. Wow. This deals with somebody that's a little older than you are. It's a little older than you are. And some of you are actually, oh, okay, listen here. Listen here. I'm not trying to be vicious here. But I have to throw it out because I just heard it. There's an older person, perhaps, that is a pedophile of sorts, or is into the how should I say it, bonding or certain things like that. If this was a secret, you have found out about it. There's clarity here as to what's happening, or what was happening, or a reminder of something that had happened in the past. Okay? Because this here is past. This deals a lot with past. So, wow. Okay. Yeah. And or you could be dealing with an older individual that's giving you advice or suggestions, or is a counselor of sorts. But this is like old, old stuff. So I'm going to say that it's more something that may have occurred, or that you realized in the past you didn't know too much about, you were confused about, but now you have a reality and it's clear. Everything is clear at this time for you. Wow, Aquarius. Interesting. Very interesting. There's a lot more that I could say about the system here, but I won't, because then the video will be too long. But there's definitely somebody older that you're dealing with, or that someone in your circle is dealing with, and it does have to do with sex and bondage, some form of bondage, some type of a punishment for themselves, or even it could be you yourself punishing yourself about old incidents or events that you might be punishing yourself about. But the thing is that there's clarity here, so there's clarity about it. You acknowledge it. It's something that you acknowledge. Okay? Very interesting, Aquarius. It's beautiful. It's anything that will give you a heads up, to me, is beautiful. I want to thank you, Aquarius, for allowing me to entertain you for a short period of time. Love you guys. Please take care of yourself. Be safe. Okay? Namaste.